Welcome back to another episode of Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Tom.
And I'm Jesse.
And today is Saturday, November 27th, 2021.
That's like 2 weeks in a row on a Saturday, huh?
Yeah. We're kind of accidentally
season,
changing
though.
things up. But yeah, it's kind of hard with Thanksgiving. We had Thanksgiving on Thursday.
Yeah.
So Friday was, you were out of town.
I was out of town, went to see, well, it was Tacoma. My brother lives in Tacoma.
Oh, Tacoma. Okay. I thought it was Seattle, but Tacoma.
Well, yeah.
I
always just say Seattle because people are like, where's that? I'm like, well, actually, if you travel on I-5,
So I know Tacoma well.
Yeah, it's Tacoma. It's I didn't think it was Tacoma because it's not El Ghetto.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are nice areas of Tacoma, and there's very not nice areas of Tacoma.
Yeah, this was nice.
Yeah.
He has a nice little red house. It's like really, really nice. It's like about 3/4 of an acre, I think.
Nice.
And it's all flat, and so he has like this detached garage.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's like fenced in. It's cool.
Nice.
It's actually a nice place.
South Sound is a little more affordable than immediate Seattle. I'm sure it's still pretty steep now, but
yeah, he said it was. Pretty spendy, but he got a good deal because it was his best friend's parents' house.
Oh,
and he's been best friends with this guy since I don't know if middle school or high school, but they've been for a long time.
Nice.
So they helped him out and hooked him up.
That's
cool. It's a nice place.
Yeah, 3/4 of an acre out there, and it's all woodsy.
Yeah. So well, because the main road and stuff's not too far, but like the way his setup is, everything looks very woodsy.
That's cool.
And so he has like all these big trees in his yard, like his backyard. And so then he has this cool ass gazebo, I guess.
Cool.
They got he didn't get it, but it was just with
was there before they moved in yet.
But it's like a Costco gazebo.
Oh, cool.
So it's like all wood and
nice.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But he had a fire pit that was pretty awesome. I wouldn't mind getting.
Yeah.
It's like a smokeless.
Oh yeah.
It's like a silver one. It was probably about 2 feet tall, maybe. I don't know what the diameter was, but it was nice.
Yeah, they actually have tutorials on how to build those on YouTube.
Oh, I seen a guy that I subscribed to that he built one. Yeah, and he got like a metal insert, cut some holes around the top.
Yeah.
Then he put it around, stone around with on the very bottom of the stone there was holes. Yeah, to allow the airflow.
It's kind of crazy how it works.
It is actually.
Yeah,
but no, it was cool. There was quite a bit of people there. At his house, my mom and my sister and my brother-in-law and my sisters, obviously my niece and nephew. They are my niece and nephew. My nieces, they were there, and then I want to say on my brother James on his side, his wife's his in-laws were there, and then there was
a whole family Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he had some friends of his that were there, like some of his disc golf buddies, because he's really into disc golf. And so he had some of his buddies there that, he's really close with.
Cool.
So it was really cool. It was a nice little turnout. He deep fried the turkey.
Oh, yeah.
He's never done it, and it came out pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, I've had that once. It was pretty good.
Yeah. This one came out good. So we were I was out there talking to him as he was lowering it. And he's like, I don't know how they do this. And then after he lowered it and stuff, he's like, how do people burn their houses down? I'm like, they must just drop their frozen ass turkey in there.
I think it's when it's frozen. I think the water and the ice causes it to
bubble,
explode, essentially. So, yeah.
Yeah, like his was pretty much defrosted.
Thawed,
and then he dried it.
Yeah.
But the inside, there was still some ice. So once he got it pretty low, he was like, I don't know. Came out good, though.
Nice.
He has a hot tub.
Yeah.
The hot tub's kind of cool.
Yeah, I know. Hot tubs, I think, are nice. Blanca doesn't like them. She's not into them, but
I didn't know how I was gonna feel until I got in it. Yesterday, me and him we're chilling pretty much last night and stuff, and so we got in the hot tub. And it's a pretty nice hot tub. It has built-in Bluetooth speakers.
Nice.
So it's pretty dope.
Well, did that come with the house, or is that something that really? Damn.
Yeah.
Lucky
he has a nice. It's like a nice little setup. His in his yard, he has a separate little shed for tools, and then they had they have this other building. I don't know if they were building it to be a man cave or something, but it'd be his wife Rachel suggested, well, maybe you can build it so you can finish it out, and this that could be a spot for if we have guests over, they can just sleep in that room.
Like a little guest house.
Yeah, because it's it's not huge. It'd be nice for like
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
1 bedroom kind of thing. So that was cool. But yeah, it was cool to see the family. It was I hadn't seen them in God, it's been like at least a year.
As a whole group. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even just seeing them individually, it's been over a year.
Wow.
I want to say. I don't see my family.
Well, yeah, because I guess it's been a few years since we met your sister and her husband.
Yeah. And my sister looking good. She lost a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's been exercising. So Ben's starting to get into it with her. And me and James are like, oh, yeah, we're portly.
Yeah, I'm jumping right on that bandwagon.
But it was cool. We were just, brought up old childhood memories and traumas and
Mama's sitting there.
Yeah. We were like we all realized we hate, so them maybe more than me, but I don't like to be late. But what I hate about it is like Alicia hates being late, right? Like she's the one that hates it, but I hate when I have like a time. Okay, I want to leave
right
at 5:30. If it gets close to that time, then I'm like
start getting anxious.
Yeah, and I get kind of like hangry. We're gonna be fucking late.
Yeah,
might as well not even fucking go.
Yeah,
it's gonna be late. We're just so stupid to even leave anywhere. We might as well stay home. You start getting all overly.
It's called spiraling.
Yeah. We just start going crazy. So we all realize that's how we all are.
Yeah.
Like, all right, when we start getting to that time, it's because our mom was late for everything.
Oh, okay.
Our mom was not
a punctual person.
Not very punctual. Love you, Mom, but you was not very punctual. She was like I was late for school all the time. Anytime she took me, I failed a class because I was late so much.
Oh, wow. That's not fun.
No. My sister's like, but you would have got a C. I'm like, that's not the point.
It was all Mom's fault.
Because I was I was a lazy student.
Yeah.
I
get that.
I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, so it was cool. We were talking about that, and some other drama stuff came up that I'll probably have to bring up in another podcast.
It needs its own.
Yeah, that one would be a little heavy. I don't want anything heavy right now after.
Gotcha. We're too full from Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit. But no, it was cool. It was just cool. And then I got to spend time with my brother, which was nice to do. And we just got to talk, and we were like listening to music. Like he was sharing some of his, like he's likes metal.
Oh.
And so he was sharing some bands with me.
A
couple that he's told me about, and some I've never heard. Like he was listening to this one that they're Norse or something. Sounds pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Like the instrumental stuff.
I kind of wonder what that would sound like.
It sounds like heavy metal. So you hear the screaming and stuff, and the guy's voice sounds cool.
Yeah. Does he say what is it? German?
No, it's in English.
Okay.
Yeah. But I guess they're Norse. Is that how you say it? Norse?
Yeah. From Norway.
Horsey? Yeah. They're a Norwegian band.
They're like Norse gods and stuff.
Yeah. Odin.
Yeah.
Odin stores, what they're called.
Nice.
But no, it was cool. It was cool. Like I like to listen to metal because I like to hear like the drums.
Yeah.
Like some of the guitar, like it's pretty insane.
The riffs that they do.
Yeah. It's pretty insane, some of those riffs.
Yeah. I always kind of laugh, but I have good memories with that song Du Hast Mesh. You remember that? From,
that's what is that?
What the hell was their name? They were
Rammstein.
Rammstein, yeah. Rammstein.
They sound so angry.
They do.
Because they're in German.
And then, I know. They're probably saying like prancing through a field of flowers or something, but it sounds like the Nazis on the march. Wow.
I would love, you know what? I want to look that song up and get the translation. It's probably a terrible translation.
I feel like it actually was kind of dark when I looked it up once, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was like number 1 or 2 on the charts back in the whatever it was.
Or 80s, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was on MTV, the little countdown thing they would do.
Yeah, Rammstein. I should look that up. But I think it was a group I actually told you about, and it was by mistake. Is when remember I told you about that group Orphanland my buddy was asking me about. It was during one of our podcasts.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, it's not Opeth. But that's my brother, like, that's his favorite band.
Opeth?
Opeth.
Wow.
And the guy sings really good. Like, it's really cool the way they, like, harmonize.
Yeah.
And he was just telling me about, like, this album. And I guess it's, like, all the songs, it's a story.
Oh.
Like, if you actually, like, listen to the words. And I think people, like, don't. And I'm guilty of that. Like, you don't hear the words because they're screaming.
They don't seem lyrically driven.
But if you actually were to read them, it's very, like, very deep. And, like, there's a whole story, I guess, for all those songs. Like, it's one continuous story. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to have to listen to that.
Well, one thing I will say for the artists that do that style of music too, like you have to learn how to do the screams right so you don't blow out your vocal cords. I don't know how they do it, but they scream from a different part of their throat. I guess.
Yeah, my brother, like I said, my brother was in a heavy metal band.
Yeah, he can do that. Yeah,
he can. He was one of the guitarists, and I think he was like a backup singer kind of like thing.
Mm-hmm.
I told him this yesterday. I was like, man, you guys were fucking good. Like, you know, they could have. I think they could have, if they would have kept with it, they could have really
done something. Like,
and I don't say that just because he's my brother. Like, their music was good, just like the way they played.
See, the brother that you said just kind of has natural talent with
music,
yeah, and all that.
Yeah. Yep. He was in agreement. He was just like. At that time, like he was going to this church, and I remember he had called me. This is around the time he was having this like really bad breakup and stuff. He called me and he was like, we were just talking, and basically the church was like, oh no, you don't play music. Like that kind of music. You don't need to do that. And I was like, so I don't listen. I go, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Like, God gave you this gift of music.
Right. You
should use it how you want. It's not like you're sitting there freaking singing about the devil.
Right. You're not singing against God even. So.
Yeah. It's actually like, it's just like any other music. There's like, it's in depth. It's just not a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's gotten a bad rap because of some of the,
I think just because of Satanism and all that shit.
And then there's like the white supremacy stuff that there's a whole like subgenre of that, but that's not the entire genre. So
and so it's crazy because when he told me that, I was just like, and that's my beef with some religions.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like when they're trying to control your life, and tell you what you can and can't do. Like to me, that's like
fear mongering.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, sorry.
I'll listen to whatever music I want.
Yeah. Jesus made this music.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna listen to it.
Like the song says, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
Take the wheel, Jesus. I'm just listening to my music.
Right? I can do that in a Tesla if I had one.
Yeah. Just don't fall asleep.
Yeah, because it'll run into a fucking truck. Oh, did they?
No, not Teslas.
Did the guy get a ticket for it?
Yeah, he was totally passed out in the driver's seat. That's illegal, apparently. So.
Tell me, like, honestly, like, you have this car, and say it's like even like a fucking the newer Teslas, like 3 years in the future, right? Whatever. Mm-hmm. Could you trust that car to fall asleep?
Nope.
Not even to yokes.
Maybe the guy was drunk. I don't know the full story.
No, there's people who's falling asleep.
Well, remember the old guy that had like the motorhome that he put on autopilot, and then he went up to make a sandwich because he thought it drove itself. It didn't.
He thought the motorhome drove itself?
Yeah, this is like a long time ago. Could have been a fake story too, but it was funny as hell.
I'm laughing like, how old was he?
Oh, he had to have been, 80s.
They made all these cars like this.
Well, I'm a little hungry. Hit the autopilot. I'll be back. Like.
Did he die?
As
I'm laughing, did he die?
I'm going to say no. We're going to keep it funny. Nobody got hurt. Did you just imagine? Like,
what the fuck? What's wrong with this car? Must have had some turbulence.
You see the video of the guy? He's heavier than either of us are. He has like a dash cam facing into his car. This is probably like a 10-year-old video.
Uh-huh.
He's like just driving, and all of a sudden, I don't know what he hit, but he completely flies up out of his seat, flips over into the back seat. I don't know how. It almost seems like physically impossible, but it was funny. I laughed so hard when I saw it the first time, and I'm still laughing.
I want to see that video now.
It's pretty
that'd
good.
Be hilarious.
Just Google guy flying around his car. I don't even know. But yeah.
Dude, in that news story about the old man,
yeah,
did he finish that sandwich making?
I don't know. I don't know how far away from the driver's seat he got.
If I'm ever to the point where I think my car can just drive
really
on its own.
Merging.
I know.
It's a very aggressive.
Take my license from me if I ever get to that point in my life.
Oh, man.
Could you imagine just
what do you think about the idea of flying cars? Because that's like the next thing coming, right?
So when I was younger, growing up in the 80s and stuff, like I remember we would talk about this being friends, like when I was in like grade school, middle school and stuff. And
we're going to be the Jetsons.
Oh, we're like, dude, we're going to fucking fly around and there's going to be all these flying cars. And yeah, it sounds cool. But now fast forward to, now, I'm like, I don't know, flying cars would be terrible.
Can you imagine if you just driving along and all of a sudden it just drops?
Well, I just picture, so this is how I picture flying cars now. So, you see movies where they're like, 10,000 feet in the air or whatever. If you picture the way people drive on the road, can you imagine being 10,000 feet? You die on it.
And now you have to merge down and up too, not just sideways. Oh, God.
But I see them doing flying cars, but in a sense, it'd be hovering. So you're off the ground a couple feet. And you're, that to me would be like the flying car. Well, because even just like, so how would this flying car idea work now? Because airplanes make
are some
everything
of the worst
electromagnetic.
Right?
Make the roads electromagnetic, so you can steer. And so then it keeps those cars hovering.
That'd be cool. You can bumper car. It'll work. That'd be fun. Get out.
I don't know. How would they do that?
I don't know, because I think the original idea was to make like a little plane, right? But that takes so much fuel. And it's one of the worst polluters to fly, right?
Oh my God.
So can you imagine jet fuel in your car?
No,
it would be like the movies. Every time it crashed, it would just explode into a ball of flames.
You would die every time.
Every fender bender. What was that car in the 70s? The Gremlin or something?
Oh yeah.
That if it got rear-ended, it exploded.
Oh shit!
It was like the self-destruct mode of the auto industry.
3, 2, 1.
This car will self-destruct.
Dude, I wish we had that button.
I know, right? We do have an explosion button on there.
Do we? Where's that one?
That is...
See, we're still...
B.
Wait. Oh, shit.
That was the car.
That
just got rear-ended. Somebody just got rear-ended.
Boom.
Honey, be careful. You're getting close to that wall. I'm not that close.
I know.
Do these cars have to have a black box?
They would have to. The last thing you hear is his wife nagging.
Yeah, right. You're going too fast. Slow down. Shut the hell up.
I know what I'm doing.
Hold on. I'm gonna put it on.
I see the car. I'm gonna
put it on autopilot. I want a sandwich.
I know. That guy. That cracks me up.
Just, oh man. Yeah.
Flying cars, I used to think would be so sick.
Yeah. Right.
And you know what I heard about the Jetsons was, I think I shared this, but it was like, was it George?
George
Jetson?
George.
He was actually born his 2021 or something like that.
Wow.
It's his birth year. So right now he's a baby.
Okay, so if there's anybody out there that just had a kid and your last name's Jetson and you named him George, please let us know.
I know.
What was his wife's name? George. Elroy was the son. What the hell?
Judy?
Judy was the daughter, right?
Oh, was it?
What the hell was the mom's name?
Janelle.
Janelle Jetson. They were a blended family. They're mixed.
Let's see here. I'm going to look up the Jetsons.
Yeah, why can't I remember the mom's name? I can see her face.
Jetson.
Plain as day.
Characters. Let's look at this. Jane
Jetson. Of course, Jane.
The guy who voiced George Jetson's name was George.
Really?
Yeah. George
Johnson.
Mr. Spacely.
Oh, yeah. Funny how it was kind of the same storyline as
of what?
Of the Flintstones, right? Like kind the boss was a character.
Well, they did a crossover where the Jets and the Flintstones met.
That's right.
Like, who traveled in time on that one?
The Flintstones, I hope.
I would hope. Mr. Spacely was rocking a Hitler mustache, though.
It was a different time.
That's a Hitler.
Wow.
That's a Hitler stash.
What's really weird is he's throwing up the Zig Heil.
Yeah, what the hell? Look at that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, you see Mr. Spacely's freaking.
Well, you know that we
Hitler
brought
stash?
a bunch of Nazis over to America after the war to help build the bomb and all that.
Oh, the A-bomb?
Yeah. So, hey, maybe Mr. Spacely had a checkered past.
Yeah, so the Jets
in the future.
It takes place in 2060 or something. So they're saying like, oh, we're pretty close to being.
What if it's COVID that pushes us all out into space? What if our houses start to hover when you fly around from place to place?
That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, right. How would you hover a building? Electromagnetics.
I'm gonna everything.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
How much power would you need?
I don't know. What if you didn't need a lot?
That'd be cool.
Just all solar.
I wish I knew anything about science.
I know. You would need BTUs. You need 500 BTUs of power.
Oh, nothing.
Wait, a BTU, is that flammable stuff? Is that a heater?
You need a lot of butane.
I don't know. I bet you would need
lots of coils, right? You just coil copper around and 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 around. Yeah, these buildings are cheap. Construction costs have gone up 1,000%.
I know.
We don't use copper for the
meth
pipes
heads
anymore.
Made that hard.
Can you imagine? The meth heads are in there pulling out the copper spools, getting majorly electrocuted every time. Well, they're already out with their hacksaws going for the, what is it that they're cutting out of cars right now?
Probably the what is that?
I can't think of the name of it, but they're not making anymore right now.
Catalytic
converters.
Yeah.
They, my brother.
They're not making those?
They don't have the supplies for them right now. So if they get them off a car, it's like $500. My brother said a guy went to get somebody. Like they got a report that there was a guy cutting one off. They arrested him before he got it off, and they weren't allowed to prosecute him for the theft because he hadn't actually committed theft yet. And they're like, really?
Can you charge him for like destruction?
I'm sure that you can. I think it was like attempted theft, but it's like, dude, you got to let the guy get it all the way off. You know? Like that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, apparently it's like $500.
No, catalytic converters are expensive as shit.
Not cool. So don't park in some random place.
But I didn't know they weren't making them. Like,
I think there's something in them that they don't. Yeah,
there's like a charcoal or something inside it.
So there's something that they don't have enough of.
That cleans because it converts it cleans your exhaust or whatever. I think. I ain't a mechanic, but
there you go. Again, I wish I knew about science and stuff, but
yeah. So it goes in about 400,000 degrees, and it comes out 400,005 degrees.
There you go. It burns that shit.
JJ was getting fucking scientific in our car.
Yeah.
He was talking about his cells. He's like, Papa, when I'm tired, it's like that little FBI cells go in there and they shut everything down, right?
What?
He was explaining like the way like your cells work, but he was saying it in like terms like the FBI cells will shut things off, and then they'll do this, and then if I have an idea, sometimes that one cell will do this, and it'll just come into my brain. And then he was just going on and on about these cells, and he was breaking it down. And I'm like,
Papa, do you know about the CIA cell?
Yeah,
it comes and it takes the other cells to a dark side.
I can bring him in here right now. He went on for like I don't know 5-10 minutes.
I do remember learning about cells in the sense of like a city, like you have your garbage man.
But I'm like, where did you hear about cells for one?
Yeah.
But then the way he was just describing it was fun.
The FBI cells. Do you know what the FBI is? No.
I know. But the FBI went in and they shut down the stuff.
Yeah, they took all the cells' computers.
Because he can't sleep during the day because he has so much energy. Because the FBI cells at night are when they shut down the energy. And so then that's the reason he can sleep at night. But during the day, he has too much energy and he can't do that.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay. That's why he didn't fall asleep in the car on his way home.
The meth producer cells are just way overactive during the day.
Yeah.
And then the FBI cells finally get their warrants and they go and they shut it all down at night.
We're shutting this down. It was pretty funny though. Like he was going into it.
That's cool.
I don't know. The way he explained it made sense.
Yeah. Thank you for teaching me about cells.
Yeah. Do you know? And then he was like, "You in your mitochondria now."
Yeah. Mitochondrial DNA. Do you know that? RNA.
Come on, Dad. Do you know anything about that shit?
And such. Oh, that stuff was kind of interesting. I remember a little bit. That's like the ACGT.
I kind of remember some of that from like biology.
Yeah. And so like they have a partner that matches like A to T or something like that. C to G something. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Whatever. Don't listen to me for
cells.
Chemistry lessons.
The only cell I remember is from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
The Cell Saga.
Cell.
Will Goku destroy or not? 3 episodes later. Oh my God, his power level's over 100,000.
Every episode, it's like the entire episode to get to the battle. Somebody's going to end up laying on the ground. It's almost completely destroyed by the end.
Well, actually, Goku died in the Cell Saga.
Oof.
That's right. He was dead. He helped Gohan kill Cell.
Is that right?
Because Gohan went Super Saiyan 2.
Oh,
he went pretty ape shit in that one, which was awesome. I love that saga. Was cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of shows, though, I watched Cowboy Bebop. I started watching.
Did you
the cartoon?
What did you think? Oh yeah, okay. The old.
I haven't watched the new one yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I want to,
but I've been watching.
Did you see that episode I was talking about?
I did.
Where he gets thrown through the glass.
It's the third one.
Isn't that just intense? I mean,
yeah,
the cinematic elements that they.
The cool part too, as he's falling back, he fucking throws a grenade.
Yeah, and explodes the guy.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He fucking throws a grenade and then he falls and he wakes up and he's healing.
Yeah. The music choice in that scene and the memories and everything.
Dude, it's actually a really cool show the way they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very adult and very.
There's so much sorrow behind it. It's like it really is a tragedy. I think even the way it ended, if I remember right, was a tragedy. Like he finally gets vengeance, I think, but it's not like your happy ending. It's just
like what now? It's like, you always see in the movies you get your vengeance. It's like I still have this fucking hole in my heart.
He's still, and I don't remember if he lives or dies at the end. I actually need to watch the whole thing again because I don't remember.
I'm on episode 8. There's like 20 something. So
I love it.
But they're only like 20 minutes.
They're not bad.
They're like 25 minutes, I want to say.
What cool characters, though, too. And that Ed, is it Ed, the little boy-girl thing?
See, I haven't come across...
Oh, no? Okay, yeah.
Right now, it's...
funny. Ed was all about comic relief.
What's his name? Spike?
Yep, Spike. And then there's the guy that's got, like, the robotic arm.
Yeah.
Jet?
Is it Jet? Something like that.
I don't remember. I think maybe
And then it has a girl with the big boobs.
What's her name?
I don't remember.
By the way, the outfit in the TV show does not match the cartoon.
No.
Okay, it's very modern. It was not 90s Japan where they locked the guys in the room. She wears like these
shorts and her ass is hanging out and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, what the heck?
And her boobs are barely contained.
Yeah.
How horny were the Japanese artists that
I think that's I don't know why they make.
My friend and I used to joke that they must have like locked these guys in a room together for a month without any access to like women or anything.
You will never see a woman.
You will produce a wonderful show or else we will not show you women ever again.
I'm gonna have to look up the characters now.
Man. Yeah, that was a good series though, and I'm excited to watch the live action version.
Speaking of, I'm going backwards. Duhas, 97 is when it was released.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Anyway. But yeah, no, the show's cool. But yeah, no. So right now it's Spike. God, I can't remember.
The corgi. They have a corgi, don't they?
Yeah, they have the corgi. It was pretty funny how they got the corgi.
Yeah, I don't remember how they got it. Did they steal it?
They were trying to save someone, and they were trying to do something like that, and then it was in a suitcase or some kind of case. They're like, what the fuck? How did we get? This is what we've been chasing. So they kept the dog. They kind of kept it
because the guy with the robot arm, he really likes the dog, right? It's kind of like his dog. The way it all works out.
Yeah, he loves that dog. Yeah, because he's the smart one.
Have you gotten to the point where the guy is using the drug in his eyes? I forget what the drug's called, but they like explode the thing into their eye, and then
I think they passed that one up. I think I already watched that one.
It's kind of like a methamphetamine of the future, almost. It's crazy. The show's wild. If you like cowboy stuff, but in the future.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It's really cool.
They're not even really cowboys, but it just kind of plays.
Space cowboys.
It plays on the Western feel.
Yeah.
And the music a lot of times is kind of like Western.
But the music's very like, I don't know,
understated,
like orchestra style.
Yeah.
It's
that's like the song.
It's very cool. Like music.
Was like it was a very like piano based opera kind of. I don't know. It's good anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I just this week was watching a show on HBO Max called True Detective. Have you ever heard of that show?
Yeah, I watched season 1.
I watched season 1.
I didn't watch season 2.
Dude, I started season 2. I'm not that into it yet.
Who's in season 1? Was it
season 1 was Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, yeah, that one's good.
Matthew McConaughey, by the way, his name doesn't always come to mind for me as like a great actor, but he really is. I mean, his character in that show.
Was he a drunk or something?
Yeah, I mean, he was. I don't know. He was just like a tragic character all around. But yeah, he had drug and alcohol problems from his days as like a deep undercover narcotics agent. The darkness of this series, like the way that they build up to this character, it takes place between like 95 and I think 2010 is sort of the entire span of the show.
Yeah. For season 1.
Yeah. For season 1, every season is like a whole different. It's different actors, different characters.
I'm pretty sure I finished season 1. I don't remember now, but I know I've watched some of it.
Yeah, you would remember if you saw the end because they show the killer at the end.
Uh-huh.
It's disgusting. I mean, just like they nailed.
Then maybe I haven't.
The creepy element of like, I mean, the idea of what a serial killer would be.
Yeah,
like they got it right, and it's in like deep South Louisiana.
Yeah, I remember that. It was pretty
like
deep,
backwoods Louisiana. Like they just got.
Man, I bet he's hella creepy then.
Oh, he is. Let me just tell you this little element that doesn't ruin it, but he is living with his half sister.
Don't say no more.
Yeah,
I bet you could already know.
And she is.
They got a baby together.
Not a looker. I'll just say that. Neither is he, but it's just really well done.
It's on the inside though,
and it's all on the inside. It's how you feel. You can't help who you love. Man, it just was like it was disturbing, but it was just so
that's
well
on Showtime?
done. It was HBO, so it's on HBO Max.
Oh, then I'm gonna watch it. I'm
dude.
trying to think who was in season 2.
Season 2, Rachel McAdams, I think. Is she the gal that was from Notebook? Yeah. So she is a detective, and then who else is it?
I do like Rachel McAdams.
There's other actors. I can't think of who they are though. But I haven't gotten real into this one. Like the first season, the murder was so like shocking in the way they did it.
Because I think I started watching season 2 and I didn't really.
It's a little more slow. Like I really don't know what's going on yet. They found a guy dead. Vince Vaughn's in it.
Okay.
And I thought he was a detective in the beginning, but he's not. He's like a businessman. So I'm still watching it. It's not bad by any means. The first season started with this very graphic murder scene, right away. So you knew right away what you were dealing with. Here, it is like
more building.
I kind of know what's going on, but it's like you're not really sure who's involved where.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb.
I'll have to throw that on. Alicia might like that show.
It's good. I mean, it's creepy. Like, it really does. It's only like 8 episodes, I think, in the first season. It's not like ridiculously long. It's pretty fast paced, but they always do it. Like, I think even the second season, they're interviewing cops. Oh, Colin Farrell.
Oh, yep, that's right.
Colin Farrell's in it.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's building. It's building. I'm going to watch them all. I want to watch the third season.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's just 3?
3 now. I don't know. I might imagine they're still making.
I've been watching the Titans on HBO.
Oh, yeah?
It's a cool show.
I don't know if I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it has like Robin.
Yeah.
Like it's like Batman characters.
Oh, okay.
Batman's in it.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne anyway. It's a cool show though.
Gotcha.
It's a very dark comic movie.
Yeah.
It's a TV show. It's not a cartoon, but it's like it's pretty fucking dark.
So it's live action.
Yeah, but they, it's like rated R pretty much because they're, there's cussing, they're killing.
HBO stuff.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was first originally on like when DC was doing its streaming thing, but that didn't turn out so hot. So then HBO picked it all up. But it's a pretty cool ass show too.
Nice.
A show I think you might like. I don't know if you've seen the movie Fargo.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the TV show?
I think I watched an episode of it.
Yeah, the first season is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually
I don't remember
really
what
good.
happens in the show.
A lot.
Yeah.
A
lot. Does it take place now?
I think it takes place it's more up now. And then second season, it kind of goes back into the past.
Okay.
And
boy, the movie Fargo
it's a pretty fucked up show though.
Yeah.
Like the show, the way it starts, like the way it ends and stuff, kind of similar. It's like, so it's very, it's good. And it does the whole intro where you think it's for real.
Uh-huh.
Like this, cause it'll start out saying, these events happened.
Oh yeah.
Like in, between here and here.
Yeah.
There was all these killings in Fargo, North Dakota.
North Dakota, man.
But they sound so cool.
Oh yeah.
And so there's a girl in there. She does that accent very well.
Yeah.
And I don't know because she's like one of the cops. And I don't know if she's really from there or not, but she does it pretty cool. Just like the girl in Supernatural, there's a girl, Donna.
Uh-huh.
She's a cop in that, and she has like a North Dakota, that kind of accent.
They're funny.
Yeah.
That movie is that your friend there in the wood chipper?
That's awesome.
Oh man. And Steve Buscemi was in that movie.
Oh, he's a great actor.
He is so funny. Just
that movie's crazy.
It is.
That show's pretty.
And the German guy, I think he's German. He's
because someone dies, right? And then they're trying to like hide it in Fargo.
So
or something weird. Like, are they finding money Fargo, or something?
They are going to kidnap. So the what's his name?
I know Billy Bob's in there. Billy Bob Thornton's in Fargo, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Which movie was I thinking?
So in this one, they kidnap. I can't think of the actor's name. He's the guy that plays Frank in.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That other show that's great. Anyway, he works for his wife's dad who owns a car lot, and he wants to invest in something, but the dad won't give him money for it. So his plan is to have somebody kidnap his wife for all this money. So the dad will pay a ransom for the wife, and then he will actually have the money for the investment, and he can pay these guys for the kidnapping.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of goes bad. They kidnap the wife, but they are not nice guys, obviously. So they aren't really working with him. And he ends up, they get all the money and they hide it by a fence somewhere, I think. But they kind of turn on each other, and it's just a mess. It just kind of shows you how you just don't do that kind of thing. It's
so in the show, there's a scene where there's a part where they have money by a bag that they tell them, like, leave it here. But the show has nothing to do with the movie.
Right.
And so it's William H. Macy.
William H. Macy. I knew it was one of the names.
And the reason I thought Billy Bob is because he's in the first season.
Oh, of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
why I thought Billy Bob.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it wasn't Billy Bob. Steve Buscemi, and then who's the guy that plays his counterpart? He's
I'm not sure. You got those people. You got Steve Buscemi. You got William H. Macy.
Peter Stormare.
Oh, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he always plays
a Russian
weird characters, like a German character. That's why I thought he was German, because of The Big Lebowski, I think.
Yeah, and he always plays like a German or a Russian or some kind of He does a good job.
Oh, have you seen The Big Lebowski, by the way?
I don't know if I've seen it the whole time, like the whole thing. I've seen parts of it. So
it's a great movie. You need to watch.
I think I started watching it. I think that was on HBO Max too.
It probably was. It is a classic movie. I love. There's a line that you would love. You've probably seen this part. They break into his apartment and steal his rug, which is like a huge part of the movie. Well, they grab a bowling ball that he has, and the guy's looking at us, "What's this?" And he goes, "Obviously, you're not a golfer." I loved it. I love that movie. Oh, it's so good.
I'll have to watch that, because I think I remember a scene like that where they do something with his rug or in his bathroom or something.
They steal his rug, man. Yeah, he's in the bathtub with incense and candles burning, just relaxing. He's always high. There's a scene where he's listening to
the dude.
He's in his car and he's really rocking out and he's smoking weed and he's listening to a good classic song. I can't think of who it is, but John Fogerty.
Yeah.
He's like slapping the roof with the music, and all of a sudden he drops the roach on his lap and it burns his crotch.
Oh.
And you see the car just totally fly off the road and slam into a dumpster. It was funny. It's just Jeff Bridges, man. He's a
brilliant actor.
They wrote that part for Jeff Bridges and he almost couldn't do it. And then he was able to do it, and thank God.
Why? Because he was laughing, or
no? I already had another gig, I think, at that time.
Oh, you mean the part of the dude?
Yeah, they wrote the part of the dude thinking of Jeff Bridges. And then initially he wasn't able to do it, and then finally he was able to sign on to do it, and so then it was like a go.
Like who could you imagine?
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
Nobody. The only guy I can think of maybe doing that is maybe Josh Brolin could pull it off. Maybe, but I don't know. Jeff Bridges is
I don't
just right for it.
Nothing against Josh Brolin. I mean, he's a good actor, but no, I couldn't see that.
Yeah,
he did a good job. Jeff Bridges.
Yeah,
like from what I was watching, I didn't finish the whole thing. I remember I fell asleep because John Goodman's in that.
Yes, and Steve Buscemi actually.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Steve Buscemi dies of a heart attack. And
isn't John Goodman like not a hitman, but he's like
he is not a hitman. He pretends like he was in Vietnam and he wasn't. Yeah. But he like gets angry at people for random shit that doesn't matter and starts screaming and railing against everything.
I love John Goodman.
And they're like, dude, just calm down, man. He's like, fuck that. I'm not calming down for shit. He's drinking his coffee. They're like at a coffee shop one time. And he's like, no, fuck that, man. I'm not leaving. You can't kick me out. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to drink my coffee. And he's just like railing against the world. It's funny.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to watch that. I'll probably watch that.
Oh, it's good.
Tonight.
Tara Reid was in it back before. Didn't she end up with like a drug problem or something?
Tara Reid, probably.
I think she did. So sorry, Tara. Like, I'm not happy for that. But it was back before then. That
I don't know if she acts anymore.
I don't think she does. Like, something might have happened.
She wasn't great.
She wasn't, but if her life fell apart, maybe it didn't.
No, I think you might be right.
There
I
was
think
something tragic that happened.
She was in a movie I like though called it's with it's a Van Wilder.
Oh yeah,
she's in that with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes,
which I love that movie.
So that was based on Bert Kreischer, I think, wasn't it? Didn't they write that character off of Bert Kreischer's actual college experience?
The comedian?
Yeah.
I don't know, because that movie's so old.
Heard at least.
That movie's like 2000.
Older. Like he's older than we are, I think. Funny as hell.
Write that down.
I think, if I remember right, that they kind of loosely based it off of Bert Kreischer because he was friends with a lot of people. You know, he's been a famous comedian for a long time.
Yeah, he's the one that tells that story about the Russian.
Yeah,
like he got the name The Machine or something
Yeah.
because he went to Russia or something happened. It was a pretty fucking funny skit.
He's
always in like shirtless.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's funny. I like Bert.
Yeah. He told a story about going to a parent-teacher conference one time, and he reached into his pocket, thought he had a Coke. It was a beer, so he just cracked it open and chugged it before he went in. It's like, man.
Oops. So I better just drink it anyway.
Like it was a Coors Light or something, and he's like, well, oh well. Chugs it down, a lukewarm. Oh,
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've chugged me some warm ass beers.
Oh.
I remember I was partying with one of my buddies. Well, not partying, but we went to the bar and we got kind of fucked up, and we went home. I think we smoked some weed and stuff. The next day, we had to go back to Job Corps, and there was this tall can of. It was a nasty beer too. It wasn't even like a good beer. It was like a cheap ass beer. Yeah. And so
nothing against Busch Light.
And it had been there for a couple days because we, that whole weekend. So
God.
So I drank it anyway.
I might throw up.
We all caught a buzz on our way back to Job Corps. So we're on the bus, just like buzzing. Nothing crazy.
On lukewarm flat beer.
Oh yeah, it was gross. It was raunch, but I just like fuck it.
Dude, have you ever had Mad Dog?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dude, I have a picture somewhere of me and one of my friends when we're at Job Corps. We're holding up a bottle of Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Some MD 2020.
Yeah.
And we have our little coffee mugs.
Yeah.
And that shit was gross.
Dude, I drank an entire bottle of the purple one.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like
purple
wine.
drink. Yeah.
Ooh, I've never had more of a shit show drunk in my life. I think it was not good.
Dude, when I was at Job Corps,
crying.
That's when you know you're fucked up.
Let me tell you. It was so bad. Like, fuck that stuff. It looked like it was going to be so tasty.
I know. It always
like
does.
This like tropical blue and it's like beautiful purple. You're like, these are going to be so delightful.
Nice and sweet. And you probably just have the worst hangovers too.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like,
oh, I experienced it. It was not good.
I remember we drank and stuff, but that was before I like really get hungover. Like I don't get hangovers, but I don't think I got anything off of that. But we used to get fucked up on that shit because it was cheap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
And I could sneak it in on center.
Oh, by the way, another thing, brandy. Don't buy cheap brandy.
I don't know what's like. Is that E&J?
All right,
it's like a brandy. I want to say.
Yeah, I think that might have been the one I bought. It was like
that's $8,
and I couldn't even drink it.
Ooh.
No, I don't know. Maybe today, I'm more of a whiskey drinker now. My taste has evolved since college.
Is brandy a little like whiskey though? Is it? Like,
I honestly don't remember. I just remember it was so disgusting because I had whiskey at that point. Like I had drank whiskey,
and I used to hate whiskey.
And yeah. Well, when you start drinking, I think it's definitely an acquired taste.
It is. I like it now.
Yeah. Once you get, it's like smoking. You have to force your way through
just
the beginning and then get yourself addicted. And then you're fine.
Like, oh, okay. I like it.
So, like maybe brandy's the same way, but this one I had, I went to a party with friends and I like brought brandy. I'm like, I want to know what brandy's like. That was a mistake. I should have bought something else and brandy. Because I couldn't even drink. I was just like, this is so disgusting.
It's Hennessy. I wonder if that's a brandy.
It might be.
I don't know. I remember someone bought a bottle of Hennessy, and I never had it before, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it was me and one of my old roommates from Job Corps. And, we were at Job Corps. We went into someone's room, and so we were passing this bottle around, drinking it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it wouldn't be safe because it's not
right.
COVID kosher. But we drank it, and I think the person that bought it left because they were trying to find a chaser, and we're like, well, fuck that.
Yeah, they missed out.
I tried to save him just a little bit, but he missed that train. Sorry,
poor
buddy.
Guy.
I know. Like, dude, he needs to hurry up. What the fuck is he getting?
Had visions of like pouring Hennessy on women and stuff, and he gets back the bottle's
chest.
gone.
Yeah,
like flash dance.
Yeah. But no, he missed out though.
Damn. He was gone for 2 minutes looking for a chaser, and it was all gone.
He was gone for like, dude, it was probably like 5 minutes. Not very long, but long enough.
When Blanca and I got married, we had a bottle of, I don't remember if it was Canadian Club. I think at that point we were drinking Canadian Club. And my friend Levi, who was in my, he was like one of my best men. He and my brother were my best men. And then Blanca's brother, Luis, was one of the groomsmen. And Levi and Luis drank like all the whiskey before the ceremony started. I was busy kind of
doing stuff,
getting pulled here and there. So I went back. Matt had a little bit. He was another groomsman. And I looked at Luis and he was like plastered. You know how Luis looks when he drinks too much? Like, looking at me with the glassy
Did you remember
eyes.
The wedding?
I don't know. He's never mentioned it. Like my friend Levi, he looked funny too. Like they were like awesome. They did a great job. Nothing went wrong, but it's just like, oh God.
Well, so my friend Efren's wedding, I was one of his groomsmen, and we were drinking that, leading up to the wedding, having drinks here, having a shot here, and I got pretty shit faced. I remember last thing I remember is being like, as the pastor dude or the guy doing the vows or whatever, he's talking, and somewhere between then and the end of that, I went lights out. The other guy that we've talked about, he took over. He decided, hey Jess, I got you, bro. And so like
in the middle of a ceremony. So this is the right time to start screaming.
So after the ceremony, like, you team up with your bride's lady.
Yeah.
And so I had I don't know who the girl was, but so we were dancing. Like I was dancing because they play this song so you can dance.
She's walking.
Yeah, well, no, they wanted you to dance.
They wanted you to dance out.
And so there's a picture of me like dancing, like, oh, and I just don't remember that.
Just blitzed.
Yeah. And then apparently like they were doing family photos and I would jump in there.
You bombed them.
Like Efren's like, but it's family photos. I'm like, I know. I'm like your brother. Come on, let's do this.
The photographer's like, we're charging extra.
Then what I remember is waking up. This when we lived in Richmond. I woke up on the couch and I was like, what the fuck happened?
So you don't remember the rest of the wedding?
No.
Getting home, anything?
No, Alicia. Well, JJ was just a baby.
Yeah. So
he was in a stroller. And then, I shit the bed. I mean, I didn't do anything bad or stupid, but it's embarrassing for Alicia to see her husband. Sure. People are laughing. Her thought is they're laughing at him.
You. Yeah.
What a loser or whatever.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So, but my friend's like, no, man, it was all good. I'm like, God, I know, but that's fucked up. I fucking forgot I like missed your whole wedding pretty much. They left early because I was gone. I did that same shit though. Probably drank a little too much whiskey.
Yeah.
And then it was gone. Yeah.
Man.
I pulled a Luis.
Yeah. Luis did good. He just, he's so funny because you can tell when he's blitzed.
Yeah.
His eyes get glassy. But he's still him. He's just quiet. Just stands there. How you doing, Luis? He did great. I don't think anybody knew. And then I don't think anybody knew with Levi either. Like he looked fine.
Yeah, I think for me it was just my actions after everything. When they were like, "Oh, this guy's fucked up."
There's a video of you on Efren's shoulder, just holding yourself up.
So that was a crazy time.
Yeah,
but those days are behind me. I'll never do that again. Maybe, hopefully not. I can't promise.
I don't drink to excess.
No. So I hadn't drank in a long time. Yeah. And when I say a long time, it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
20 days.
That's good though.
Over 20 days.
Yeah.
But then I had like a couple sips with my brother.
Yeah.
He had some Jameson.
How is Jameson, by the way?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he did a chaser, but I don't do chasers.
Mm-hmm. No.
I think I'm too adult for that.
Well, if you I used to be a straight whiskey guy because, I thought that was tough. And then I grew up and I realized like on ice is actually really good.
Yeah, I like it on ice.
It kind of opens it up a little bit. It takes the edge off just a bit.
So this was straight. It wasn't on ice, but it was also like the glass. It was like
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It was like maybe a shot's worth. Well,
really, with whiskey, if you are a connoisseur, if you will, the whole point of a chaser is kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm proud of you for.
So I just had so I had my glass and I'd take a sip and then. We were outside chilling and just talking, doing fire pit, and just, catching up pretty much, talking about life and where we are. I almost swallowed some spit. And then just like our childhood, like I was saying, it was some of the crazy stuff. And then we went in, grabbed another drink, took another sip, and then just went back out, continued. And then we got in the hot tub. And then after that, after the hot tub, like the timer went down, we ended up just taking another drink, a little small drink, and then I just went upstairs and went to sleep.
Yeah.
But I think that hot tub, I slept good. I think because that hot tub just like relaxed me.
Man. Yeah, I love hot tubs.
Someday
we'll get one.
It was nice. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool to talk about some of the stuff because, because I left our home when I was younger. I left for about 17, 18 years old. And so there's 6 years younger than I am, 6, 7.
So they're around a little longer.
Yeah. And so some of the stuff they remember, I don't, just because probably I bounced, I did my time,
You got early release.
Yeah. My brother was like, dude, I remember, he goes, I kind of like he said, you were like my hero because you did and this wasn't one of my best moments, but my mom like angered, my mom could be difficult. So I think she like slapped me or did something and I called her the B word. Like, you bitch, and I left because she was coming after me and I threw a hamper behind me. When you're running down the alleyways and you throw in the garbage cans so you can block
the hamper.
Yeah, it was a hamper. Was right there. Awesome. But I don't remember my brother being there. He goes, dude, I thought that was so awesome because there were so many times I wanted to call her that.
Throw a hamper at her.
He goes, and then you did that. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not one of my proudest moments. But he goes, I don't think I seen you. I think that was the last day we saw you. And I'm like, no, I was there. It was probably shortly after when I got kicked out of the house. But I think it's because I like started standing up for myself and like, no, you could do this, Mom. You could have woke yourself up, or because like I was saying, I used to be late for stuff.
Yeah, you tended to get blamed for things that weren't really.
Yeah, I'd get blamed for a lot of stuff, and then some of the stuff I took the blame because I didn't want my brother and sister to get in trouble, so I would take the blame because for me it's something I felt like I could handle.
You're 6 years older.
Yeah, so
that'd be hard not to because they seem like small kids to you, probably.
Yeah, so I would take care of them, and I would take the hit for them, or I would hide something from my mom, or something so she wouldn't find out, right?
Right.
And so I was just, for me, it's just like I think I was just used to that, or I don't know, because we were just talking about some of our childhood traumas, and I'm like, well, I wonder if that's where that came from, like when you start talking about it and actually
you start kind of seeing maybe where the underlying,
yeah, maybe that's why I freak out over if I have a certain time I want to leave, and well, probably because our mom was always late, so we're like having PTSD
if
style.
You were late and then it backfired on your mom, would you then take heat for it? Would it come back on you like it was your fault?
If I was ever late to school, it was always my fault.
Okay. Even if it wasn't your fault.
Yeah. Because my mom took me to school because I lived out of district, so it wasn't like easy for me just to
get there.
To get there, yeah. So I lived fairly far from the school that I went to, and so so anytime I was late, it fell on me.
Yeah.
It was my fault. So, and then she would blame me because you should have got me up earlier. I'm like, Mom, I'm getting ready. Like, you have an alarm clock. I told her one time, you could have woke yourself up, right?
She did not like it.
She didn't like answer, when your kid's telling you, no, you could have woke yourself up. She didn't like that. And so, she kicked me out that day. Yeah. That's the day she kicked me out. And I was like, all right. And so it was cool. It was good to be out because I lived with my friend Mike, the one I had lunch with a few months back. And I lived with him and his parents for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom had the pastor come to try to get me to move back home. And I'm like, I just listened to him. I'm like, no, I think I'm all right. I think I'll stay. Not right now. He's like, no, but I'm like, no.
You know that Jesus is very disappointed in your decision, Jesse, to leave the home.
I know. So I was just like, I'm good. And so then after, like, my friend, I guess they kicked me out, but they didn't mean, it wasn't like a get the hell out, you're ruining our life. But it was more like, you know, we can't afford this extra person, you know, and, you know, I'd help with what I could, but obviously I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so then I moved back home. And then after that, I was gone.
Yeah.
After high school, I was like, I'm out, motherfucker. But no, it was cool. It was cool to catch up, though, and talk about that stuff. And
so is this the first time that you guys, as everyone being adults, kind of had that type of conversation?
Kind of like, I think me and my brother, it was probably the first time because, you know, we just talked about some stuff. And he was saying, like, yeah, Nicole thinks you might not remember stuff. I'm like, maybe. I go, but I think I remember things differently than you guys. You know?
Well, because they would have been, what, 10, 11 when you were that age?
Yeah. So they would have been 10, 11. I was
so
already
your
like
level
15,
of
15 16, 17.
Yeah, different.
So there was stuff that got brought up that I never knew about. And then like I said, that's for another day.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty deep. And I was like, okay, that's fucked up. But
wow.
You know, it's cool. You know, and something I talked to my brother about because, you know, he suffered for the same stuff I did, like where you start to doubt yourself as a person. And we've talked about this before, where you feel just down and you just hate yourself, or you feel like you're worthless, or in a sense.
Sure.
And so I think he struggled with that, and he was thinking, because he got this house, it's his first house, and he's, you know, 30, 34, and he was thinking, no, you know, it took me forever, but you know, I told him, I go, not really.
Right.
I was like, I was about your same age when I got my house. I go, the house I have right now, that's my first house I've ever owned, dude. Like, I was, you know what? Where you're at right now is better than what we've ever had in our life.
Right.
You know, the stuff we went through as kids and the way we lived as kids and growing up, like the way where our lives are, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
We have stuff that my mom only could have dreamt of, in a way, you know, in a sense.
Right.
You know, we got a house, our kids are doing really good. And like, I mean, he doesn't have any kids, but his little puppy kids are doing great. Great little guys.
Yeah. Happy, straight A's.
Yeah. He has one of his dogs named Piccolo.
Nice.
From Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is he green by chance?
He could be green.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm colorblind, so he is green to me. So he is green to me.
Green or red, we're not sure.
He's like a dark brown.
Okay.
And then he has a little Milo, who's like this little tiny little, like a dog JJ would love.
Yeah.
A little bigger than Frank.
Okay.
But not
little.
Much. Yeah, but he's small. But no, you know, I just had to tell my brother, like, no, like, well, you should be proud. Like, this is awesome. Like, you got a great place.
But no matter what he does, he feels like there's a negative implication behind it.
I think so. And I think that's how I'm the same way, but I think it's just something we've dealt with.
It's so weird too, though. Like, I have struggled with that too. Yeah. I have a very different upbringing. I had no real reason for that. So I wonder what it is about people.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a guy thing. I don't know if and that's the thing. Like, my sister left. So, you know, it was more me and him just talking.
Yeah.
And you know, and I don't think he's ever heard me tell him, like, I suffered with anxiety and, you know, like a spat of depression. I've never been like depressed to the point of like medicated or where people are just like, you know, thinking of suicide or anything like that. But I mean, I suffered from that stuff. And so when he talked about it, and it's just like, yeah, no, I was with you right there. Like, I understand where you're going through, but you know what? Something like Alicia helped me realize is like, look where you're at. You know, you should be proud of what you got. And so that's what I was trying to tell him, just be proud. Like, and I think he is. I think he's really proud.
Yeah.
It's
a work in progress.
He has a beautiful home. Like,
nice.
It's nice property, man. It's a cool, like I said, it's feel foresty and stuff. It'd be a cool spot to like just camp out. It is
cool over there. It's still a little more, even though it's way more city than over here. Just every area that's not developed is trees.
Yeah, and that's how this was.
Yeah. Because here, so I'm thinking, is he Tacoma? Is he more like Puyallup, Tacoma? What?
Yeah.
Puyallup, Tacoma. Okay.
Yeah, a little just past Puyallup, Tacoma. It's like we were really close to Lake Lakewood Mall.
Okay.
You know where Tacoma Mall is?
Lakewood. See, my aunt, I actually lived with my aunt for a while, and she was out in Graham.
Yes.
Spanaway, Graham, Spanaway area.
So we're close to those areas. Like Lakewood was 15
Lakewood's,
minutes from where we were.
I think Lakewood is between Tacoma and Spanaway, right?
Yep. And so we were, so we were right there. So
that's nice.
It's a nice area, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, and it's like 11 at night. We're sitting there listening to this. He has his music playing on his speaker, and it's like this loud, fucking rock music playing hard. It wasn't like we didn't have it low. I mean, it was. Yeah,
it was bumping.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Like if I heard that, and I'd be like, dude, can these motherfuckers turn off their music? But a part of me thought like, oh man, what if you should have turned it down? But I'm like, nah, whatever. The cool thing was
3/4 of an acre.
The thing I love about my brother, besides him being my brother, obviously, but it's his like approach to thing. Like my brother's not the type that he does not let people tell him what to do.
Yeah,
and it's also it's awesome that he's that way, but it's also like
a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah, he can get himself in trouble a little bit. Like sometimes you just do it.
Yeah, but my brother, he doesn't put up with people's shit, and
that's good.
I think a lot of that probably had to do with the way we grew up. But like for me, I would take a lot of shit, so
yeah,
it's different. But no, he's like, that's why I always admired about him is he can just, I don't fuck you, like he doesn't say that, but like that's his attitude pretty much.
So if your mom ever says something that triggers him, does he react, or does he act respectful and all that?
No, he's reacted.
Has he?
Yeah. He was telling me some stuff that was pretty surprising about how my mom was towards him.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty fucked up of her, obviously not him. So I was like, geez, dude, I never knew like it was that way. And he called her out like, no, this is fucked up. Why are you saying some shit like that? Why are you even gonna give me this if you're gonna be like that? So I don't know. But I think my mom remembers things differently than we do too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you felt guilty about things, it'd probably be hard to accept the full, like scope of what you had said or done if you're in a different mindset.
Right.
So your mom had certain struggles in life, it sounded like.
Oh yeah, for sure. She struggled.
She's kind of come through another side of that. And I can imagine.
Yeah, I think she had some guilt there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I think I've said before, it's just, it is what it is. I can't really change the way shit was then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's fucked up as some of the shit was. Like, you can't forget it, but at the same time, it's just like,
do you hold on to it?
I'm not going to hold on to
alive,
it.
Or
yeah, exactly.
Are you going to let it go?
Yeah. I think that's, for me, that's how I am. It's just like, whatever, fuck it. I don't care. I think that's where my I don't care attitude comes from. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, and as long
I won't
as
forget it, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and dwell and hold on to it. And I might hold on to a little bit, and that's why I maybe have.
But I like the way that you deal with it, because you're not holding a grudge. You're not holding in all this anger towards your mom. You're polite to your mom. You hang out with your mom, but you're able to talk about and process things.
Yeah.
So I think you're coming at it from a very healthy standpoint, as far as
I feel like I am.
You're not just suppressing things to the point that you're dying on the inside, but you're not harboring hate or judgment. So that's mentally
it's too much drama for me.
Healthy.
Yeah. And I think that's where my drama, I don't like dramas because I grew up around so much of it. Like, it's like I can't stand it. So well, and the
end result doesn't get you anywhere.
For me, it's just too much. It's too makes me too anxious. And when people start yelling, it really, I think that's where I'll notice some of my my triggers happen is I'll hear yelling or something, and I'm like, fuck. I find myself getting quiet. Like, what the fuck am I getting quiet for? Stop yelling, Jesus Christ.
It's awkward, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. I just, like I told my brother, I just couldn't stand the drama. I had to get out.
Yeah.
Enough's enough.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I get my social anxiety sometimes, is when it gets a lot of people and crazy, that I'm like, step back a little bit.
Well, I get that too.
Yeah.
I like being around people, but if it's a ton of people and a lot of people I don't know.
That's how I get that way. I have to disappear for a minute to kind of
breathe a little.
Yeah, recoup and just
some people I think gain energy from others, and I'm not one of those people. Like I get kind of worn out over time.
Yeah.
Not like to a point I just hate being around people.
I hear you. I see how it is.
Fuck out, would you?
This podcast's going on long enough.
Yeah, and you need to leave. No, and like if it's like a friend or something, that's a little different. But if I were staying at somebody else's house for a week, there'd kind of be a point where it's like, okay,
I need to get out of there,
go for a while and just be by myself. Like, it's
I get it. That's how I get in that way.
Yeah,
where it's just like, okay,
I need quiet.
I need me time. Yep, and that's what I usually do. It's like even at like Alicia's sisters, it gets to a point. Not that they're like they're hella cool and hella just like open with us, and they don't care, and they don't do anything like drama or anything. Right. It's never that way, but it can get to a point where there's just so much going on that I'm like, okay,
it's kind of overwhelming.
I need to decompress, so I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and that's where I usually go, to the bathroom, and they think I'm taking a shit. I'm really sitting on the toilet and just
on your phone or something.
Yeah, just in the moment, listening to nothing. Yeah, it's quiet, and I'm like, okay, and then I can go back out. Yeah, and then I can just do what
I don't think that we value our actual human need for that enough.
Yeah,
I mean, there's that app now that they advertise. It's like the Calm app or whatever. Where we'll show you.
Listen to the sound of my voice
for 30 seconds. Think of nothing, and then you hear rain.
And all you can think of is everything when that 30 seconds starts.
You will clear this round sounds. Do we have bills that need to be paid? Oh, fuck. I don't think I made the car payment.
Dude, I was literally having that thought. I think I forgot to pay the rent.
Oh, crap.
The mortgage. Did I pay the mortgage? That's what I was thinking today.
We got that letter from the hospital. Shit.
That's what I was thinking today. Is like, did I pay the mortgage already? Yeah. Fuck. I think I did.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll roll the dice.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like, sir, you're a month late.
Jeez.
Like, oh, shit.
Well, don't you have to do something about that? Don't you have to teach me how to pay my bills or something?
Yeah, right.
After the 2008 thing, don't they have to like give you counseling or some crap?
Ooh, do they? Because I could use that shit.
I think like, so.
That's actually one thing me and my brother had talked about was our money management. Yeah. Not that but we weren't taught that growing up by our mom. Like, she was terrible at money managing. Mm-hmm. And so, I didn't understand like credit and stuff. So I fucked myself at an early age.
Sure.
It wasn't until later on that I was like, God, what an idiot. Why'd you do that?
But you have to learn.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I learned the rough way. My brother was smart and didn't get credit cards.
Well, I think the sad thing is, though, credit typically advertises itself to people that don't have the background.
Yeah.
As sort of an answer.
I shouldn't have been an idiot either.
But they shouldn't have preyed on young people that don't know what they're doing.
Like me.
It's all their fault, really.
It is. You know what? I'm going to start blaming everybody but myself.
Only are required to pay back 25% over the top of
it's your fault that you made me want that. Well,
true.
But so the Calm app, though, have you tried any of those before?
I just saw the commercial.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I think, it is normal for our brains to need a minute of just silence. I feel sometimes, I don't so much now, but back when I was in more high stress work situations, there'd be times like I could feel like I need to step out for a minute or I'm going to scream. Like, you deal with really stressful things or just
you can only deal with so much stressful stuff.
Yeah. And so, I think we are made to deal with quite a bit, but there are moments where you just need a breath and to clear your head for a minute. And I think that's really healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
So a lot of the tech industry now, they're putting in these bed pods. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, like Google does
take a 15-minute nap.
Well, they actually do that in like Japan and stuff. Yeah, they encourage that.
Well, there's a lot of research behind it. Yeah. Not like an exorbitant amount of time on it, but a 15-minute nap in the afternoon actually increases productivity.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And happiness. So
I believe it. When I was working in the office, like when I was actually going in there every week, like every day.
Yeah.
I would that was my lunch was I would eat and then I would like take a nap in my office and I just kind of like it'd feel good.
Yeah.
I
was never able to sleep at work, but
yours is different. Like I'm not having like kids and so I'm able to take like an hour lunch.
Yeah.
And shut my door and just woo-saw myself because even I tried to do this last Friday, and this guy James, love the guy. He's
Yeah.
I think I've told you about him. He walked into my office one time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, the door's locked. This time on Friday, he did the same shit, but I don't think it was locked. But I was just like sitting there.
He would pick the lock and then come
he'll use his key and just open it because it's like a master key.
Okay,
like, if we have like I can open anybody's office with my key,
Huh.
So yeah, I'm like, dude. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm fucking having my lunch, man. So he sits down and starts talking to me.
Yep, this isn't decompressing.
Yeah. I was like, God damn. And I don't mind. But earlier that day, I had just talked to him for fucking like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We were just sitting there bullshitting. And he was, I wasn't against it. Like, we were just talking about, like, he was building a garage or a shed or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was showing me pictures and stuff. And so, it's, we were just talking about that kind of stuff. And, but then he came back in there. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's like
doing.
Yeah. I mean, I love everybody I work with. Like, I truly enjoy my colleagues.
And I do.
But I'm not one that goes to the lunchroom.
Respect, though. Respect my space.
Right. I stay in my classroom during lunch. I mean, half the time I have kids that come back to read or whatever. So, but I like the quiet.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't mind if somebody comes in to talk or whatever, but like, I don't get my solace or I don't build my stamina for the rest of the day by being around a ton of people. Like, I can handle a couple people. Too much noise and too much talking. I just like get kind of like, oh, I'm tired.
You're like, dude, I get this all day in the classroom. Yeah. I don't want to come to the lunchroom and hear the same shit.
And I don't mean that against anybody. Like I said, I mean, I truly enjoy everybody I work with. It's just the way I am. I think
that makes sense. I think a lot of, I don't know. I think a lot of people, not guys only, but like I think a lot of people that way. Mm-hmm. I think guys. I think we like our. Now that's like our. I don't like to say alone time, but we like those moments of
just
solace and just peace and just like, for me, it used to be my moment was on my drive home. Yeah, I had an hour and it was quiet. There'd be times I wouldn't even. And I love listening to music or like a podcast or something. There would be those days where I'm like, I don't want silence. I don't want anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I had an experience last summer after my uncle passed away. He was a big hunter, camper.
I remember. Yeah.
So
he bow hunted.
Yeah, he did bow hunt, and he loved the toucan. And so I went out. I was gonna stay the whole weekend. I mean, it got a little too quiet for too long. Yeah, but it was nice. I went out there, stayed the night, hung out kind of the rest of the next day, and then left in the early afternoon the next day. It was just quiet. There was and there were some guys like where I ended up camping. There was no like actual remote spot, so I had to go to one of those like dug in spots.
Yeah, where they put it there,
a little more established. There weren't a lot of trees, but
did you go just tent camp or did you take your camper?
I ended up just sleeping in my truck. I brought the tent and stuff, but it was so dark by the time I got there. I just thought. And I heard some rustling in the trees.
Yeah, I'll stay in my truck.
This is too much of a.
Was that before or after we broke the window? That
it was before because I was able to close it. I might have slept in the cab of the truck if I didn't have that. But.
Dude, hearing anything in the woods,
there was movement. I mean, I know for a fact there were.
What do you think it was?
Probably just like something small,
like a cougar,
but
nothing.
I mean, it just was like it was long distanced enough. Like I would hear like a rustle, and it was a rustle, and I would look, and there wouldn't be anything there, and there would be nothing, and then I would turn around, and I'd be getting more stuff out and ready, and I'd hear some movement again, and I would never see anything actually move. I wouldn't see like eyes glowing back at me, but I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sleep in the truck.
Like, you know what? Because I don't want to just not be. I
had my pistol, but the pistol's not going to do a whole hell of a lot. Like a 9mm maybe would take out a cougar. I don't know, but
I think it. But I think it would scare the shit out of it.
Also, are so fast. I probably wouldn't be able to unholster it, and I didn't have it actually.
It stops you, grabs your arm. No.
Pushes. Damn it. Well, remember we were talking.
You're gonna go shoot it. It fucking puts its little paw in the hammer so it can't. It's the John Wick of
yourself so that you shoot yourself in the face. The fuck is this cougar?
It's the John Wick of cougars.
I know. You remember when we were
you killed
the
my
first
dog.
time we were out there in the middle of the woods in our cots the next morning?
Oh,
the hammocks.
The hammock tents? Yeah.
And we were both saying that our first thought was this cat's gonna like swat us
like a cat toy,
tie us up in our own hammock.
Yeah,
so we just can't move.
Yeah, that's all I can picture is you see this cat just coming up to your hammock and it's like meow.
Tom, no,
throw me your gun, dude. That night I slept because I didn't have my gun at that time, so I slept with my machete. And there would be times I slept with it, so it was pointing up. Like, okay, if this cat comes and it jumps from the top down, he's gonna land on my knife, and that'll kill him.
Yeah, I had my hand kind of on my gun, but I'm like, I don't know if I could pull it.
Like I had my knife sitting straight up though. Like,
well, we didn't know how to sleep in hammocks either, so we were like head to foot. And
not only that, like I was like sliding.
I was too.
It was uncomfortable.
It was not good. But now I know how you actually lay in a hammock.
Did you say like
you're actually supposed to go diagonal?
Did you say too, like from here?
Yeah,
to here?
You want. I think they said a 60-degree slope, and I think that's like a 60 or 30-degree. I don't remember, but
I remember you did
that's how the guy showed it. You want the string to be about that.
Ours was like straight across.
Yeah, ours was straight across, and
I connected mine to what they like to call in the woods a widowmaker. That tree was ready to go any moment. I didn't notice that until that next morning. I was like, oh, that don't look safe.
We were like, that's leaning quite a bit. Was that leaning yesterday?
I know. That looks a little dangerous.
Oh, but that was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Chipmunk made me shit myself in the middle of the night.
I think anything would make me shit myself.
I heard movement, and then I like shot up, and it scared the shit out of the chipmunk. Both of us were like,
you're like, no, you know what I hate about. Like, I love being in the woods, but I hate when I have to go pee.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the night.
You just feel like that horror movie moment where...
Dude, I'm going to get raped by a cougar or a bear.
What's the famous line in the Deliverance? Like, squeal, little piggy, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they're going to tell me.
I'm not used to your cat in these parts.
Or the fucking cougar's going to come up behind me and cover my mouth.
And I want people to understand, when we say we were out in the woods, like we were out in the woods. To our knowledge, we were 18 miles away from any other living soul.
I think there were like a few miles away. There was like a couple people.
It turned out that there were, but we had no clue.
Yeah, we didn't know that until the next day.
The next morning, we hiked another probably 4 miles.
Yeah, because we hiked in it was 12 miles, remember?
Yeah.
And then there was no one in sight.
There
was
like nothing.
We walked past people who were there just for like maybe a few hours.
Yeah.
They weren't going to be doing anything overnight.
When we hiked farther along the next morning and eventually came across a bunch of people that were doing a shorter hike to the lake that we were trying to find.
Yeah.
We should have just followed one of those.
We should have.
We were, whatever. I
still want to go back to that lake.
We will. We had a good experience. I think I'm ready. But yeah, me too.
So I think next spring we should do that.
I'm down. I am totally down.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
It was interesting. I mean, it was
beautiful out there.
It was gorgeous. The Northern Cascades.
Like we would have been fucked if anything happened because obviously there's no signal.
There's no way out. If we got bitten by a snake or something, like you'd have to hike out. We would have been done. But it was beautiful.
Jesse almost made it. Then he died. You know. Yeah. The snake venom got him.
Oh man.
Because there was like rattlesnakes we went by and all that.
When we were in the springtime, there were some rattlesnakes.
Well, I remember
in the summer.
Yeah, I remember there was one. Remember, like
right off the trail in the grass.
There was one. Yeah, it was like off the embankment. It was like right there.
I finally just ran.
Yeah, and then, this is after Luis and that.
Oh, really?
This one, yeah. We were hiking. Either we were hiking back.
I didn't even know.
Or we were hiking. We were either on our way to that first stop.
Yeah.
Or I was on our way back. But I know is as I walked by, I heard the fucking snakes little
like the
rat. Yeah. And I was like, I don't see this motherfucker. I'm just gonna keep walking. Keep walking.
And so, there's me.
I was like, that was actually what I'm. Besides cougars, a snake.
A snake, yeah, because they're fucking gross.
And then I can't see them.
Mm.
I'm colorblind with greens and shit.
Well, so it doesn't matter. It's going to be blending so well.
Fuck you, snake.
And ours aren't huge, thank God, for one hand, because that would be creepy if they were huge. But I mean,
it's crazy to think how far a snake can fucking jump, though.
They're assholes, yeah.
Right.
They all coil up.
I would love to jump that way.
I know. Just coil.
Hame. Wait, what the hell is Jesse doing?
What's going on?
Is he taking a shit?
I think so. Maybe we're on to something.
Yeah.
Just compress your entire body.
Like a snake in his shootout.
Man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we'll be back on schedule here next week.
Yeah, we'll be back on Fridays. Although it won't post until like later in the weekend, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I try to get at least the audio out. I try, if it depends on when we end, like that night I'll try.
Nice.
But definitely the next day, so like Saturday morning, it's gonna be out.
Gotcha.
The video, I'm actually working on that too. I'm gonna try to get those out quicker but those just take a minute.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Those just like and it's not even anything I can, you know, if I had a better like fucking juicy ass computer maybe, but we'll wait. What I got now works.
Yeah.
So we'll have this out.
I've got no money, so
we're gonna keep this as season 1 still, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. This is our 12th episode, so if we wanted to call it end of season 1, we could.
Or we could be like a sitcom that goes 20 some episodes.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll figure it out.
Or maybe we'll just never end season 1. We'll be episode 101 of season 1.
Yeah, that's what I'll put. When I do the anchor stuff, I always put season 1, episode, whatever it is at that time.
Nice.
So for this one, I'll do it.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're in a good spot. Yeah. Everyone have a good day, good week. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody got some.
You guys had a pretty good Thanksgiving?
We did. We went to.
I didn't even ask you about
my mother-in-law. That's all right. Yeah. It was uneventful, but we went to my mother-in-law's for the morning, and then we went to my parents for the afternoon, and it was nice. Everything worked out really well. We had a good time.
Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy, healthy. Thank God.
And that's good.
Yep.
When did your parents get into town?
They came in about a week ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about a week ago, and I think they're going to be here another week, and then they'll take off.
Going back. Are they going to be here for Christmas?
No. They never stay that long. The roads back aren't that great. The deeper into December you
Did they drive here?
Yep.
Oh, shit. I thought they flew.
Nah, it's a lot of money to fly.
True.
So they drove, but they have to go through several states. They go all through Utah and all that. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
I drove through Utah.
Yeah. So December can be pretty bad on some of the passes, especially they have to come through Cabbage. So Cabbage is not good during the winter.
I could believe that because when we drove from St. George home Thanksgiving a couple years ago, that was got a couple spots where you get a little skirt.
Yeah. Cabbage is it's a really narrow pass, and it's very
windy,
twisty.
I wonder if that's where I drove through.
Probably.
Is it in Idaho?
Past Umatilla, or
is it Idaho?
Umatilla, but yeah.
Okay,
it's in Idaho. Or no, sorry, it's in Oregon. You go down past Pendleton. After you pass Pendleton.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. It's a pretty...
Just before you get in Idaho.
Yes. Yep. I think it does tie into Idaho.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That is a crazy road. I didn't know that was a pass. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
But it is a very windy ass fucking road.
Yep. And
it tells you like go 50.
Side, one side is like careening down the side of the mountain.
Yeah. I'm good.
So it's
I had to drive through there at night and I didn't like it.
No. Even in the summer it's not a great road.
I don't mind when it's bright, but when it's like dark, you're like,
yeah.
God, where am I gonna
go? I know. And they have a ton of those truck, like when their brakes go out, those truck ramps.
Yeah, those big ones that go up the hill.
Yeah. The grades or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Scary stuff.
Yeah, screw that.
Anyway, great Thanksgiving. Hope everybody out there had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too. And, hope you guys enjoyed your family and friends and whatever.
Yep.
Or yourselves.
Building into that holiday season. So let the joy begin.
Yeah, we'll be back on a normal schedule. I'm sure Christmas time will I don't know when that falls actually, but
Christmas, probably a Saturday.
We'll do a
I think it
Christmas
is a
Eve
Saturday.
episode.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But all right, guys. You guys have a good one. And stay pimping
safe
out there, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All right. Oh. I don't know why I like this music.
It's got a good vibe.
My brother had the perfect mustache for this music. He did. All right.